guys, I'm Steph. Thank you so much for checking out my channel today. I am so excited to be bringing you the first update in my 2020 project pan. I am doing the 20 in 2020 project pan, but I put my own little twist on it in that I'm working on the most expensive items in each category. I feel like when I first started project panning, I was using a lot of my older items first because I didn't want them to go off, but I'm at a point where most items in my collection I got around the same time. So I really want to make sure that I'm getting the most out of the items I paid the most for. If you want to hear more about the prices of these items, then I suggest that you check out the intro to this project, which I will link down below and up in the cards. So starting with, we have the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. When I first put it in this project, it was right here. And I kind of feel like I might have overmarked that because I've actually completely finished this. I probably finished it about maybe 3 weeks ago. I definitely did still have a lot of use left in it, but I'm so happy to have completed this. I really enjoy this spreading spray, but I feel like once I started using it every day, I found that it could be a little bit drying. I definitely feel like it makes your makeup stay on longer, and this is definitely what I use when I'm looking for something with longevity, if I'm going to have a long night or a long day. But using it on the daily, I found that it was kind of drying to the skin, so it's not my favorite for daily use, but for special occasions, 100%. Next, I have my bronzer, and I was working on this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and even though it's the mini, it is still the most expensive bronzer in my collection, and it takes a while to get through. So this is where I was before, and my goal was just to hit pan, and this is what it is looking like. So I probably hit pan maybe about 3 weeks into starting this project, so back in January, and I kind of have just continued to work on it. I think that I am going to repress this, and I've decided to change my goal to finishing this product, so I'm going to repress it right after I finish filming. So this is what it looks like repressed, and my goal is now to finish this product. Next is my blush, and I have the Smashbox Softlights Prism blush. This is where I was last time, and this is where I am now. So I have re-hit pan in it. This was a repressed product, and I've hit pan again, which I'm really excited about. My goal is to finish this product, so I definitely still have a long way to go. Next up, we have my perfume, and this is the Mercier Eau de Parfum, and this is what it's looking like. So when I first put in this project, it was completely full, and I hope you can see there's like a little bit of a marking right there, but I realized like for the longest time I basically couldn't see any movement. I was like, oh my gosh, am I really not even using this? But I find that orienting it like this, you can actually see a lot more movement. So this is where I was when I first started, and now this is where I am now. So this looks a lot more impressive than this little minuscule amount. So I think I am going to keep tallying it this way just because I feel like you can see the progress a lot more. I kind of have my qualms about being able to finish this. I feel like I'm about to drop it. I'm just going to put that down. I don't know why I'm like so nervous I'm just about to drop that. Anyways, it was a lovely gift that I received, and I'm so happy to be working through it. I really enjoy it, but I don't use a lot. Even though I use it every day, I just don't use a lot. So I feel like it's going to take me quite some time to get through. Next product is the Mercier Translucent Powder. And when I first put it in this project, it was here. I feel like I might have undermarked it. I feel like it could have been higher. I am now here. It's really hard to see through. There's a lot that sticks to the side, so I've tried like shining a light through. I definitely can tell that there is less product than when I first started. When I do tap it out, not as much is coming out. I've really been enjoying using this as a setting powder like all over my face. Usually I used to use just loose powder under my eyes, but I've been using it all over my face, and I've really been enjoying it. I'm kind of on a pressed powder kick right now, but I do think that I will be able to finish this year. Next, we have concealer, and that is the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. So when I first put it in this project, it was right here, and now I'm all the way down here. It's really hard to tell because there's like very little window into the actual concealer, but I can tell that there is some gaping happening here. And when I pull out the wand, there's definitely is less and less product on here, and I'm using it not just under my eyes but also on my face to cover blemishes. So I definitely feel like I've been going through this a lot quicker than maybe I would have if I was just using it under my eyes. I feel like by the next update, which I'm hoping will be in a month, 6 weeks, I'm trying not to do 3-4 more months before my next update, but I think by the next update I will definitely be taking the stopper out of this, I think. Next, we have the primer I've been working on, which is the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer, and it might not look that impressive. So I was here when we started, and now I'm down here. It doesn't lay perfectly flat. It's like a bit up this side, bit down on this side, so I feel like that is probably like the average of where I'm at. Lately, I have been working on some other primers. I know this is the one in my project pan, but I had one that was like just barely done from project I was working on last year, so I kind of wanted to finish that up. And then there was this other one that I started working on, which just also had a little bit left, and they were so close to being moved out. And I think it's because I did my inventory recently, which I'm going to be sharing with you in the next few days. But I went through my inventory and I just saw like, oh, there's like a little bit of this primer, a little bit of that primer, so I've kind of been working my way through those. You'll see some of those in my empties video, which will be going up tomorrow. So I definitely feel like once I finish that, I feel like one has maybe like 2-3 uses left. I'm going to get back to using this one full time, but I definitely have really been enjoying it. I don't think I'll have any trouble finishing it up. Moving on to the hair care item I've been working on. This is the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal and Tea Tree Scalp Treatment. So when I first put it in the project, it was here, and now it's all the way down here. I definitely don't use it every time I wash my hair. This is like an oil you put on to kind of help with a dry scalp. So I don't use it every time. If I notice that I'm having some flaking, then this is something that I will definitely reach for. But like I said, it's not an everyday thing, which is why there's like not that much use on it. But I definitely feel like what I have left is less than what I have used. So I definitely think I'll be finishing this up within the next few months. For eyeshadow primer, I'm working on the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So this is where I was when we first started, and this is where I'm at now. It's definitely very slow going. I do not think I'm a fan of this eyeshadow primer. I don't know if it's just because it might be a little bit older, but I find it looks just creepy on my eyes. It doesn't make, like, it's fine for eyeshadow. I don't notice anything like amazing compared to other primers I've used, but I feel like before I start putting all this stuff on, it just looks very crepey and sticky, and just a lot of product comes out. I just not really a fan of it. So definitely happy that I'm working on it so I can get it out of my collection, and it's fine, but I'm not really enjoying it. This next product is the mascara I'm working on, and when I first started this project, I wasn't yet working on this mascara. I still had Benefit Roller Lash that I was working on that I wanted to finish up before I opened up a new mascara. But in probably February, I opened up this mascara. So this is the YSL Babydoll, and I love it. I included it in my April favorites, so if you're interested in what else I was loving in April, then make sure you check out yesterday's video. I'll link that down below. But I really have been loving this. At first, it was really just giving me a lot of length, not a lot of volume, but once it dried out a bit, it has been so beautiful, and I've been loving it, and it's almost actually done. I would feel like I have maybe a few more weeks to use up in this, but definitely not a lot. Like when you take it out, there's just not that much product. It doesn't sound like there's, like, you know when you take out a mascara and you can hear that there's liquid in it? Like, nothing. It's getting really dry, so I'm hoping that I can still squeeze a few more weeks out of this, but I definitely think by the next update this will be done. Moving on to the items that I had to mark down on a piece of paper. First we have my Bite lipstick, and this is a shade that I made at the Bite Labs myself for my birthday last year. And this is a lovely purple shade. I'm not wearing it today, but I definitely have been wearing it on its own, especially since we are in quarantine. I'm not really seeing anyone. But then on top of that, just mixing it in with other colors was something that I was doing, so I was really enjoying that. But I wasn't getting a lot of reapplication because I put it on at the beginning of the day, but I wasn't really carrying around a purple lipstick with me. I was carrying around maybe a lip gloss to reapply throughout the day. So this has really been helpful this time to get me to actually use it a bit more. I've seen quite a bit of progress recently. So if you look right here, this is my progress for the Bite Beauty lipstick. So definitely a little bit done. With a third of the year done, I'm a little nervous, but I definitely feel like it is manageable. Next is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. This is in the shade 4, and I've really been loving it. It's not what I'm using today because, again, I was doing up that inventory and I found an eyebrow pencil that was like so close to being done that I was like, I might as well just finish it and actually have an eyebrow pencil in my empties. I think it will be done by the time my empties video is up, so make sure that you subscribe and check that out to see if I actually finish an eyebrow pencil. I know a lot of people go through them fast, but like I've actually not finished an eyebrow pencil in the last 2 years, so I feel like it's because I mix between them all that I never actually got one finished. But I have been loving this. I think this is probably my favorite eyebrow pencil, but even though I've been working on some other ones, I definitely have made some progress on this. So there it is. I've made a little bit of progress, not too much, but I would say definitely during the beginning of self-isolation, I either wasn't wearing makeup or I was using other brow products just to kind of like play around with a few things since no one was going to see me. I was like, oh, I might as well try some stuff, see if it works. Most of it didn't, but I wanted to try it out and just have some fun. So definitely has been getting a lot of use lately, but I definitely think it can get done. And the last one for the tally is the Marc Jacobs Highliner, and this is in the shade Wavelength. It's like this beautiful navy color right here, and I love tightlining with this on the upper lash line. I think it looks so nice, and it's a bit different to just using a black, which can look so dark and heavy. This gives you like that dark smokiness without being so stark, and I really do enjoy it. I wouldn't say that I use it the most regularly, but I'm surprised how much I have actually used of it, because if you have followed any of my projects, I am like the worst with eyeliners. Like literally I have one that I've been working on for like 2-3 years. So definitely takes me a long time to get through eyeliner, so I'm so impressed with how quickly this one is going. Or, I mean, impressed that I'm using it. Not sure that it's so impressive that something so expensive is getting used so quickly. So there it is. Definitely not a lot of use. There's definitely still a lot to go. But given that I'm not wearing this regularly, I'm pretty surprised with how much progress that has been made. As a project painter, like, it's super exciting, but those are not inexpensive eyeliners, so to see how fast it goes is also like a bit, oh, is that the best place to put my money? But that being said, this is probably one of the best eyeliners I've ever used. So in that regard, yes, I think it's great for tight lining and has like zero transfer to the lower lash line, which is so important for me and such an issue with me in the past that, to me, even though if you go through it a bit faster, it's still worth the price tag. Next is eye patches. So these are the Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Detox Hydra-Gel eye patches, and there comes with 60 patches, so 30 pairs. And so far I have used 3 pairs. So I still have 27 to go, but I definitely think it's doable. I just have to kind of remember to do it. In fact, maybe I'll do one tonight. Next up is the Do Not Age Moisturizing Neck Cream by Dr. Brandt. This is where I was last time. It might be hard to tell because it's like a white cream in white packaging. And this is where I'm at now. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but I would probably say like I'm level with plastic casing right here. So it definitely has gone down a bit. I probably have not used it in a few weeks, months. I was like really good about using it when I first started this project, and then I don't know, I kind of fell off of it. So I've definitely have been using it a bit again this last week, remembering that I was going to be filming and I wanted to start seeing some progress. So definitely got to get back on this track. Next is the Jeffree Star Blur Lip Scrub in Pancakes in Syrup, and this is where I was when I first started this project, and I had it in the bathroom, which I thought would help me, and I had it next to like my skincare, but it just didn't happen. So I ended up bringing it into the shower, and that has definitely helped me, but I only did that very recently, so there isn't much progress. I'm not sure if you can see like on the sides like how far down it is. I'd probably say it's like about here. So definitely still got a long way to go, but I really enjoy it, so I'm happy. I just want to make sure that I use it before it goes off. So I told you in the last few days that I've been getting back into pressed powders, and the pressed powder I'm working on is the Urban Decay Naked Light, and this is where I was last time. My goal is just to hit pan in this, and I don't know if you can tell, there's definitely like a dip going on. Oh no, I feel like that is not showing up at all. But there is, I promise. Anyways, there's a dip going on, but not a very big dip because mostly I was using the Mercier, so I was really focusing on that loose powder, so there's not too much of a dip in this. I feel like once I start to really focus in on this, it won't takes too long to hit pan. This only has 7.4 grams in it, so not a lot, but I just kind of have to make that effort to actually use it. The highlighter I am working on is NARS Albatross, so this is where I was when we first started. So I did have a little bit going on, but not a lot, and hopefully you can see the, oh, there, do you see that dip? Ooh. So my goal for this one is just to hit pan, so definitely on my way there. I wouldn't say this is like my favorite highlighter. I am wearing it today, and I wear it most days to be honest, but not every day. But I still feel like I am making significant progress for not wearing it every single day, and it's just a very like white, gold, slightly yellowy highlighter, which I don't think looks the greatest on me. I know it's definitely meant for fair skin, it is such a light shade, but I just don't think it works with like my cooler undertones, and I feel like it just isn't the greatest. But when I first put it on, every time I'm just like, oh no, what have I done? But once I actually like buff it in and kind of go over everything again, I feel like it does end up looking nice. But when I first put it on, every time I'm just like, what have I done? But it always seems to work out, I think. So these last 2 products definitely have the least progress. The first is the foundation I'm working on, which is the YSL All Hours, and this is in the shade BR20, and I've used this 4-5 times, but it's been the past 4 or 5 days, and I have really been enjoying it. But I just had I had this, I don't know why, I started my project, I put this in, I thought I was going to be doing first impressions on it, obviously that did not happen. But then I started working on another foundation, and then I wanted to really finish that one up, so I ended up like just working on that till I finished that. So I did pan another foundation instead of working on this one, so that'll be in my empties. But this one I actually have been really enjoying, so I'm happy that I actually just started using it and didn't wait to film a first impressions or whatever I was thinking I was going to do. I'm happy that I just kind of got started on it, and I've really been enjoying it. I feel like now that I see it on, I love how it looks, and it's not going to be a problem for me to continuously use it. This last product is probably the biggest fail of the project thus far. This is the Kevyn Aucoin. This is the Contour Duo. I'm just focusing on the contour powder, and this is what it looks like. This is what it looked like at the intro. You probably can't tell, maybe you can. There's no difference because I did not touch this once. I was so worried when I was going to work that this was going to go on with like such a heavy hand or it would look bad and I wouldn't have time to fix my makeup, and I was working like really long hours in January and February, like 16 plus hours a day, so I just really didn't want to. I want to get the most of my sleep. I didn't want to worry about blending it in. I didn't want to worry about having to redo my makeup. And then March was like kind of weird, and then as we all know, March, April, like, yeah. So, but now that I'm home, I feel like I really should be giving this more of a go. So I will definitely aim to use this before the next update. Again, my goal is just to hit pan, and it is such a tiny pan. I still have hope that it will be doable, but I gotta actually use it for that to happen. And there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. In case you didn't know, I am attempting to post every day in May, so make sure that you subscribe to stay up to date. My next video is going to be my empties, and I would love to see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye!